want you to stay till I'm in the grave, till I rot away, dead and buried, till I'm in the casket you carry. Birds of a feather, we should stick together. So just wanna look good for you, I just wanna look good for you, Let me show you how proud I am to be yours. Leave this just a mess on the floor. Still look great for you.
I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
If you are looking for a lazy version of the blowout, this is not the video for you, okay? I just need to put that disclaimer out there right now because I know some people will watch this and be like, oh, this is too much work. Well, I'm sorry, this is just not for you. This is for the girls who don't mind putting in the effort for a great freaking blowout. But I want this to be a really comprehensive, in-depth video for y'all to refer back to. Everything I have learned about blowouts is either from my lovely hairstylist, Clinton, or a lot of trial and error. So my hairstylist firmly believes in not using excess product, but for this video, I just used the IGK 4-in-1 Prep Spray, and then I went in on my roots with the Color Wow Raise the Root Volumizer. If you have less hair, I would highly recommend using a volumizing mousse. After that, I comb through the hair with a wet brush to make sure everything is distributed, and then because I have so much hair, I section it off in basically two main sections, so the bottom half and the top half. So in terms of tools and products, obviously the products that you prep the hair with are important, but I stand by the tools that I use. I adore the round brushes that I use. This is the exact same brand that my hairstylist uses, and that is why I bought them. The brand is Ergo Styling Tools. Like, they're so high quality, and if they're good enough for my hairstylist, they're good enough for me. Now, I've had my Dyson Supersonic hair dryer since 2018. Yes, it has seen better days, but I love her so much. This is a new technique for me, but I've been absolutely loving it. You take the first section that you want to work with, and you brush it up to detangle it, and you put the round brush underneath it. You wrap it over the round brush, and then you hit it with hot air from both directions. So from the top and the bottom, and you want to focus that on the root because that's what creates that lift. Then you go in with the cool shot. The cool shot helps cool down the hair and sets it in place. I like to use the fat round brush for that part because I want the most lift. And then I go in with the smaller round brush, and that's when I actually blow out the section. I've watched my hairstylist do my hair so many times that I've basically studied it. And what he does is he will let the hair set by rolling the round brush into the hair and let it hang. Now you want to do it tightly so it's close to the head and it's not loose and flopping around. But I love this method because honestly your hands do get tired from doing this. So I like to take shortcuts when I can, and one of them is this method. So while that brush is sitting, I will go on and move to the next section of hair. Now when you're removing a round brush, the method I like to use is basically unrolling it and then you twist the round brush in the direction of the curl. I know we've all experienced the hairbrush getting caught and you feel like you have to cut your hair to remove it, but this method seriously works and you won't have any issues as long as you unwrap the round brush and then you twist out the curl. So once it's removed, then you can go in and pin it. You can either pin it or use rollers. I just used long clips to pin it in place. Now the bottom sections are kind of hard to do the same method, so it kind of doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that the hair is dry and that the ends are curled so you can pin it and it will stay. You probably already noticed that I took some pins out and repinned it. It's sometimes easier to blow dry smaller sections of hair, but for me, adding that many pins, it just gets a little bit too complicated. So I like to consolidate the amount of pins in my hair just to make it a little bit easier. Now we're finally at the halfway mark, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So as you can clearly tell, I have a lot of hair. So for this part, I will just take out the sections that I want to work with, focus on those, blow dry them in the same process that we've been doing, and then go to the next section. By now you should have the process down, okay? Blow dry the roots with hot, then cold air. Then blow dry the rest of the hair, hot, then cold air. Then we unroll, we twist, and then we pin. In this section that's at the crown, I used Velcro rollers just so it has that extra lift from the size of the roller to give it a little bit more volume at the crown. Also, for these central pieces, I blow dry in both directions. So first, with the hair rolling towards the face, the blow dryer is pushing towards the hairline, but then you'll see I switch it back so the round brush and the hair are going away from the face whenever I pin it. So at this point, you should be giving founding father. And honestly, if you don't look like a founding father, you're not doing it right. At this point, you've worked so hard, you honestly deserve a snack. Go watch your favorite TV show, do your makeup. Clearly, my makeup is already done. Once you feel like it's set long enough, 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, take it out, brush through it with your hands a couple of times. And then what my hairstylist taught me is hold the bangs in place, hairspray them where you want them to sit, and then hold it. Literally hold it in place while the hairspray dries. Then just add a little bit more hairspray to the rest of the hair, making sure everything's in place, and you're set. Congratulations, you have a bombshell blowout. Yes, I know this is a lot of work, but this is my favorite go-to hairstyle, and it never disappoints.
Me? Obsessed with you? Yes.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
Way you got me all in my head.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling.
I got so many comments to do a tutorial on this blowout look, so of course I filmed an entire tutorial for y'all because it does come with a little bit of a twist. I've tried it twice now and the results are perfection. You're going to start off with damp hair and then I'm going to split it right down the middle. Sectioning is going to be pretty easy because you're going to section it in fourths. I'm going to pin up my left side while I work on my right side. For the section in fourths, I'm just going to split it so that I have a front and a back half. I'm taking the smaller air wrap and you're going to want to make sure it curls away from your face. I always start in the back just because it's easier, and then while I work on the back, I'm just going to pin the rest up. I'm going to do the air wrap like normal, make sure it just grabs at the ends. If you want your curls to last, make sure you add tension by pulling down as you wrap up. Another tip for the curls to last, make sure you do the cool shot and then release. You're going to air wrap the rest of this section until all of the pieces are curled. So I know you're like, well, nothing really new about this part, but what makes this kind of more unique is what you do with all of these pieces. You're going to take the round brush attachment and you're actually going to gather all of the hair. You're going to wrap that section so it goes away from your face. Give it just a little bit of tension at the root so that it stays. You're going to pull down and then you're going to wrap it away from your face. So this would be clockwise since it's on my right side. I'm going to show this at a different angle from the back so that you can see what it looks like from there. So again, I give it a little tension at the root so that it stays, and then I untwist it clockwise. Really important that you keep that twist throughout to get the curl that you want at the end. I'm going to spray this with some light finishing spray that also has some anti-frizz properties, and just leave it alone while it cools. So now you're just going to do the same process to the other three sections. What I really love about this technique is that it kind of just melds everything together. That's kind of what I always found the issue with the air wrap is when I used to just do the individual air wrap curls, everything didn't meld the way that I wanted to or look like the blowout that I wanted. But this is giving me the perfect results every single time I've done it. Also, I know not everyone has a Dyson, but I'm pretty sure you could achieve the same look with a round brush and a hairdryer, which I will be experimenting with soon. I'm also pretty sure you could do this with some type of curling iron. I'm doing my bangs next, which I've done a lot of tutorials on how to do my curtain bangs, so if you want to know how, you can definitely check those videos out. I am going to let them cool in a roller so I get the shape that I want. Even though I do the cool setting for each of the air wrap curls, I am just gonna let this sit for a little bit. Then I take a wide tooth comb, or you can use your fingers to comb out the curls very gently. And these are the end results. Anyone struggling with their hair not holding a curl with a Dyson, I definitely think this is something you should try out. Thanks for watching.
Watching The Bachelor with my boyfriend, and he says the most shocking thing to me. He said, babe, your hair smells so good. I said, babe, you're gonna need an EpiPen for this one, because usually this man is begging me to wash my hair on day 5. And I was on day 5 hair and he had no idea. I was so confused and I was trying to think what I've been doing differently. I've been using the Day Fairy Dust Dry Shampoo. So I ran, grabbed it, sprayed it in my hair, had him smell it, and I was like, is this what you're smelling? And he was like, yes, that's it. And I was like, I put this on 12 hours ago. I haven't put it in yet today, but I'm gonna show you how I apply it. I mean, the volume, I feel like I really don't need it, but just to show you. And then I get all around here, underneath. Like, what? And this is not sponsored. I am just literally so obsessed with this.
Spray with dry shampoo for volume. Section off front parts of hair. Pull hair into a messy ponytail. Back comb ponytail, and then loosely wrap hair around once. Pin end into place and pull bun apart so it lays more flat. Loosely curl bottom half of front pieces. Spray with hairspray, and you're done.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak? You ain't really ready for real. You ain't even ready for real. You ain't really ready. Won't be faithful. I think I'll take my whiskey.
So this is a full tutorial on how I create the perfect Dyson Airwrap curls that last a long time on my type of hair. So the Dyson Airwrap is on and I will grab the strand in the middle. And as you saw, I just kind of let the ends grab on. Once I know that the ends are dry or secure, that's when I'm going to start creating tension. You'll see in order for me to create tension with the Dyson Airwrap, I do have to pull down and then spin it up. And I will pretty much do this up until I get to the root where I can't really do this anymore. I'll do the 10-second cool shot, turn it off, and then release it. To make sure that the curls have a longer lifespan, I will pin them up. I let them cool for about 10 minutes, and that's a Dyson Airwrap. Here's a full tutorial on how I did the viral blowout on my sister's hair. I used the Dyson Airwrap, and surprisingly, this worked really well on dry hair. I wanted to do on damp hair, but she didn't want to wash it. I sectioned it into 4 sections, which you'll see, and then each section I'm going to Dyson Airwrap like normal. I did do a quick cool shot before I release the barrels. I don't know if y'all can see, but she definitely has a lot of freaking hair. Okay, so I'm only taking a little bit of the section I just did and rolling it so that it's going to go away from her face. You see I wrapped it towards the root and then I pulled at it a little bit so that I can do the untwisting portion. Since I'm working on her right side, I'm actually going to untwist it counterclockwise. And yes, you'll see that I'm actually moving it so that it's counterclockwise. My hands are just kind of following the motion. Again, you'll see that I'm doing the rest of that first section because her hair is so thick, it just will not fit in that one roller brush. So once I'm done with the first section, I'm going to move on with the second section. We're still on her right side. I'm doing the same motion where I wrapped it so that it's away from her face towards the root. Pull on it a little bit gently, and then I'm going to untwist it counterclockwise. Now we're on her left side, and I already air wrapped the third section. I will make sure to slow it down, but I wanted you to just see the full motion. This is kind of where I actually got the hang of it, and I actually understood the technique. So since we're working on her left side, we're going to untwist it clockwise, which you'll see here. Once you get towards the end, you can kind of just release it. Her hair is so short, it really doesn't take a lot of turns. Here's a close-up of my hands. It's really just assisting with the untwist portion. Okay, we're on the fourth and final section. Again, it's already been air wrapped. We're just doing the roller brush portion. If I could, I would probably do people's hair 24/7 because this was so satisfying to do. So much easier than doing my own hair, to be honest. Use a wide tooth comb to comb out the curls to prevent any frizz. Use a little oil at the ends, and this is the final look. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.
Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai.
If you're looking for the lazy version of the blowout, this is actually the video for you. So my hair is completely air dried here. I showered last night, did not do anything to it, and this is what we're working with. I used to call this my Medusa hair because she's unpredictable, she's wild, she's crazy. The night before, I used the Redken Gloss shampoo and conditioner, and then I added the K18 hair mask. Now I have to give credit where credit is due because this trick is from Sarah. I will tag her in the caption below. She has the most beautiful, stunning hair, and this tutorial is inspired by her. Basically, she will flat iron the hair by the roots, so it's really smooth and seamless. Now, if you have straight hair, you do not need a flat iron, okay? But I have really crazy wavy hair. After sectioning it off, I'm using a flat iron only by the hair at the root. I kind of use my flat iron to curl it away from my face, so it's still smooth, but you're getting a little bit more lift. Once you feel like that hair is completely straight by the roots, that's when you take your curling iron and you begin curling your hair. You want to roll it up in a horizontal angle to mimic how you would a blowout. You don't have to leave it there for very long. You just take it out, and then I immediately pinned each section. Really want the focus for the curling iron to be on the ends, so it has that curl and bounce that you would get from a blowout. If you feel like round brushes and the whole blowout process are intimidating, this is going to be your best bet to achieve that look. Now, in hindsight, I wish I would have straightened the hair at the roots completely before sectioning it off, but you know, we live and learn. So now I know better, and I really put this look to the test. I was getting ready to go to a St. Patrick's Day party, and it was a monsoon outside, okay? Pouring cats and dogs, as my grandma would say, but I continued to get compliments on my hair throughout the day. So if you want something that looks like a blowout that's long lasting, this is it. You can probably tell, but I'm pinning everything in the same fashion that I would if I was doing a normal blowout. Also, I wish I would have done the bangs differently. I wish I would have blown them out as normal. Like I said, we live and learn, okay? If you don't have bangs, don't worry about it, all right? But for these bangs, what I did is I took the curling iron and I basically just ran it back and forth underneath to try to create that lift. And then I just took the curling iron and wrapped it in a diagonal direction and kind of lightly pulled through. Now, like I said before, I wish I would have done a normal blowout for the bangs. However, I wasn't mad about how this turned out at all. And then the fun part is always the reveal, taking everything out and seeing what we're working with. You can already tell as I'm taking these out how bouncy it is. This look did not have as much volume as I think you can get with the blowout. That's only because it's a different method. But anyway, this is the final result. So if you don't want to do a blowout immediately after the shower and you're like, I don't have the time, I'm gonna save this for tomorrow, this is the tutorial that you want to do because the hair is bouncy, it's shiny. Honestly, it looked like you just got it done. So yeah, I think this is a 10 out of 10. I will be doing this in the future because sometimes even I cannot be bothered to do a regular blowout. So I hope this helps. Please let me know if you try it. I would love to see your results.